You've been here since 1995 now, and I've noticed a few times this season you've said our game when talking about the British game. Do you feel like an adopted Brit?
I do in a way, because obviously I spend now more time of my professional career in Britain that I did in Spain. Obviously, I'll never forget my roots and my background, but at times it feels 50-50 in where I am, which is I think is a real nice feeling to have when I can feel at home in two different places.
What were your perceptions of England before you arrived here?
I didn't have many. Obviously, in school and in college and university, you learn English, and you got this all the images is the double-deckers buses and the red phone boxes and the British gentleman and London images of London, and that's as far as it goes really. So you don't get much else. So it's been a really interesting journey to be able to find out about the northwest of England. Then I managed to have time in Scotland where I met my wife, and then I had a really enjoyable time in Wales. I even been in the Midlands, so it's been an interesting journey, and I think a very productive one.
Anything you thought about the country that perhaps you look back now and think, well, I was wrong about that?
Well, I think the first year I saw that the main cities didn't have any life really. They were working centres. Everyone would go into the city centre just to work and go back out of it at the end of it, and I never thought that could become more European-like and more cosmopolitan. But now it's fascinating to see even the city of Liverpool and the amount of restaurants and the accommodation and the amount of properties that you have in the centre. So that's been a real nice surprise that since '95 to now we've changed a lot the way of living and the lifestyle in the cities.
What are the main things you like about the British way of life?
It's many things. I think I don't see them as different anymore. Remember, I've been here for many years, 20 seasons or 20 seasons in football is an eternity, is a long time. So I do feel that many of my habits are British, but as a whole, you tend to see the things that you like and tend to bring the things from Spain that you like and the habits, and you model your own way of living. So I've been quite fortunate. My wife is quite flexible in that respect, and as a good Scot, is always open to any new ideas. So we've embraced a very peculiar way of living, which brings habits from Scotland, habits from Catalonia, and the day-to-day from the northwest. I enjoy the carvery and the roast beef and obviously the Sunday tradition, but I don't enjoy doing that during the day. I like that as a late meal, as we do in Spain. So to have a roast beef at 9 o'clock on a Sunday, I think that's something that is quite strange but very enjoyable.
The style of football you play obviously takes some elements that are very Spanish, but there's also British elements in there as well. Do you think you're in quite a unique position in that sense, Spanish flair with British grit?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that my method of working or my beliefs in the game, they come from my own experience. So obviously you get the way I was brought up as a footballer in Spain with a clear possession style and understanding what's the positional play, but then very much affected by the intensity, the tempo, and all the great attributes the British game have. So it's a nice natural combination, nothing forced. I think everything is very naturally healed, and is just down to the experiences that I had as a person, as a player.
We'll forgive you. England v Spain, where would your loyalties lie?
I've learned not to be an out-and-out fan. So I would say to you that I would watch the game and I would enjoy the game, and I always tend to support the brave team. And when I say the brave team, if the team that is going to get on the ball and break the opposition down and try to win the game in that manner, I'll be supportive of that. So let's say that depending on the style of the day, I'll follow that team.
One day, your daughter, she's a fantastic sports star. She can represent England, Spain, Scotland. Who's winning?
That's an interesting question, because I already said to my daughter that she should play for Scotland, because I think we still got something there with her granddad is not very pleased that she was born in England, so I need to make ground a little bit, so I would allow her to represent Scotland.